Hello, welcome to ONOJK123 art video, and today I'm going to show you how, from start to finish, how to make a animated spinning kaleidoscope art video. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my Flickr where I have my art. You can really use any colorful image or photograph or anything you think is art and that would make an interesting kaleidoscope is going to work for our purposes. So I'm going to my Flickr account here. You can use my Flickr account because everything there is under Creative Commons licensing, so you can use it for whatever you want. Flickr. There we go. I just have to log in. You know, I have it in my other browser. I'm just going to use Firefox. Flickr is right there. So here's my Flickr. So I'm going to use whatever I feel like is going to provide a nice kaleidoscope. I'm going to download it first and then bring it into GIMP. So I'm going to go to some other part of my... There's 19 pages. So let's see. I'll use this one. So I'm just going to right click and then open it in a new tab. I'll use that one. I'll use this one. I'll use this one. I'm going to open about 12. So I have 3 so far. You can use this one. You can use this one. And how about this one? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 more. Gonna use this one. So I've opened them up in new tabs. Gonna use this one and this one. Gonna use this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 2 more. This one. And next page. And this one. Okay, so then I'm going to go to each page and download a extra large 6,000 or so pixels wide, pixels tall. 6,000. Download extra large. Download extra large. Download original. It's a little larger, so I'm downloading the originals of these. And this one, extra large. And extra large. Extra large. Extra large. Extra large. Extra large. Extra large. So those will all show up in my downloads folder. I don't need to have these open anymore, so I'm going to close it. Gonna go open the program GIMP. GIMP is a free program. You can download it for whatever operating system you have. So now I'm gonna go File, New. But what I want is to look up what the resolution, width, and height is of a 4K image. And I'm looking for this number here. 2160 is the height of a 4K image. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that here in the pixels. 2160, 2160. And I'm going to make it 300 or 600. I don't know. I just used to 600, so I keep it there. Okay. Delete the background. Save it so you have something to go by. Name it whatever you want to name it. Save. Now. You know, File, Open, Downloads. I'm gonna open the first one that I downloaded previously. I'm gonna resize it. Let's copy the 2160 image, canvas size. No, not canvas size. Image, scale image. 2160 by 2160. And just make it 600. I don't know if it really matters or not, but just to keep it the same as the other. Okay, so it's been resized to the size we want. Filters, distort, kaleidoscope. And then you just mess around with it. Like, I like that right there. That's fine. I'm not going to be too picky here. Copy into the other window and it'll fit perfectly in there. Right click to new layer. File, save. Close the other one. Discard. File, open. Downloads. Open the other file, the next file. Copy the 4K image size, image scale image. Okay, it's kind of lopsided, so I'm going to take break this link here, which means I can resize it any way I want. So it's gonna not be true to form, but that's okay. This one's already at 2042 pixels per inch, so I'm going to change it to 600. So they're all the same. Filters, distort, kaleidoscope, just 12. You can choose pretty much whatever you want here. 12 mirrors. I'm kind of not happy with the density, so I'm going to change the zoom. Just say OK. Control A for all. Control C. Control V. Right click, new layer for that layer. Close. Discard changes. File, save. File, open. Downloads. Next image. Copy. Pixels. Image. Scale image. 2160. All around. Pixels per inch is really high, bring it down to 600. Okay, scale. Control A. Let me actually wait. Filters, reshow kaleidoscope. Just whichever one you like here. There we go, I like that. Control all. Control A, Control all. Control C. Control V. To new layer. Close the old image there. File, save, file, open. Downloads. Copy pixels. 2160 image. Scale image. 2160. I think I finally memorized that value, so I don't have to keep borrowing it from the web page. 600 scale. Filters, reshow kaleidoscope, whichever. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's fine. Control Alt, Control C, Control V. To new layer. File, save, close the old one, discard changes, file, open. Downloads, next one. This one is not a square, so I'm going to change the canvas to take the lower of the two values and paste it over the other one. Hit center, resize, layer to image size, filter, distort, kaleidoscope, 12. Okay, that's good. Click OK. Control A, Control C, Control V, to new layer, Control S, discard changes, file, open, downloads, next image. Let's save this one. Image, scale image, 2160. Make sure that's right. Yeah, 2160. 600 for the resolution. Scale. Image. Or sorry, filters, reshow kaleidoscope. 12. Okay. Control Alt, Control V, to new layer. Sorry, that's the old one. Control Z, Control Z, Control Alt, Control C, Control V, to new layer. Close the old one, discard changes, file, save, file, open, downloads, image, scale image, 2160, 600, scale, Control Alt, Control C, nope, too early for that, reshow kaleidoscope, 12, That looks good. Control Alt, Control C, Control V, to new layer, close this one, file, save, file, open, downloads, open the next one, image, canvas size, take the lower of the two values, Control V, center, resize, layer to image size, filters, reshow kaleidoscope, 12. Okay, that looks good. Okay, Control Alt C, Control V, Control Z. Don't want to do that. Image, scale image, 2160, 600. Control Alt C, Control C, Control V, to new layer, close the old one, discard changes, save, file, open, downloads, next one, image, canvas size, take the lesser of the two, copy it over the other one, resize center, layer to image size, image, scale image, 2160, 600, scale, filters, reshow kaleidoscope, 12, okay, I like that. Control Alt C, Control C, Control V, and the new one, to new layer, Control S, discard the old one, file, save, file, save, file, open, downloads, image, scale image, 2160, 600, filter, reshow kaleidoscope, 12, okay, Control Alt C, Control C, Control V, close the old one, Control S, file, open, downloads, image, scale image, 2160, 600, scale, image, scale image, no, we already did that, filters, reshow kaleidoscope, 12, mirrors, okay, Control Alt, Control C, Control V, to new layer, close the old one, Control S, file, open, pictures, downloads, image, scale image, 2160, 600, okay, scale, filters, repeat There's filters, reshow kaleidoscope, 12 mirrors, and there you go. Okay. Control Alt C. Control C. Control V. To new layer. Control S. So now we have sampling of patterns, 12 different ones. And we're going to take little slices out of each one in a certain particular shape. And the shape I'm going to create now. Edit, fill with red. I'm going to divide it into 4 sections with 2 different colors, like a checkerboard. Layer, scale layer, percent, 50. Okay, scale. It just creates a 50% of the space, or 50% of the perimeter, something like that. I'm going to zoom into the upper right corner of the canvas. Make sure it lines up with the corner. Zoom back out. Layer to image size. Duplicate layer. Layer, transform, flip horizontally. Now you have 2 rectangles, but they're the same color, which we don't want. Color, invert. That will invert red into cyan. They're opposite colors. I'm going to make all the other layers invisible. Merge these 2 together so they're the same layer. Duplicate layer. Layer to image size, just in case it's not already there. Transform, flip vertically. Now it's flipped that layer vertically. Color invert to make it a checkerboard. That just inverts the colors. They're opposite, so they just switch places. Merge visible layers. Make those 2 layers 1 layer. Duplicate that layer. Make the opacity 50%. 50% opacity of the top layer. Layer, transform, arbitrary rotation, angle 45 degrees. 45 is half of 90, which is why this works. Rotate. Color, hue saturation. Just gonna make it 90 so that the colors, well, it's just kind of arbitrary. Duplicate the top layer. Layer, transform, arbitrary rotation, and let's say 22.5, which is half of 45. Just keep having the layers. Rotate. Duplicate layer. Say I want to go back and have this in half, so I'm gonna go backwards. Layer, transform, arbitrary rotation. Negative 45. See if that does it. Yes, it does. Rotate. I just want to create these half layers and change the color here. this 90. Okay. Merge visible layers. So I want to work with these this pattern here. Duplicate layer. So I'm going to use a filter called Edge Detect. Edge. The edge filter. Of course I have to do it on that other layer. Repeat edge. Okay, so that's... It just creates lines where colors meet, which is what we want. Colors, desaturate, mono mixer. Turn all the channels on the mono mixer all the way up to make all the lines white. Make sure your aspect ratio on your circle select is 1:1, because that will create a nice square, perfect circle type thing. Zoom into the corner, the right bottom corner, and then make it line up there with the edge. Go to the top right corner. Zoom in. So now we have a circle for the square. Select invert. That's going to select the outer edge. Delete. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the layers. Make them visible and delete out the extra stuff. Doesn't matter too much, but I just want to do it because I think it helps. The other layer was a little too large, so I cut it down. Let's see. Select all the layers and hit delete. Now they're all visible behind that. Select none. But I really don't want... I want the middle to be square, but I really want the canvas to be a little different for the video. Image. Canvas size. I'm going to make it 300% width. So that... Hit center. Now it's in the center of a lot more width, but I don't want that much width, so I'm going to use the crop tool, set it to 16.9 fixed aspect ratio, and just kind of like eyeball it there, zoom into the center, and then place that right smack dab in the middle, zoom out. You'll see that'll crop the entire canvas for everything. Save. Layer to image size. Now I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with the white lines. Gonna go to duplicate layer, filter, distort. I'm gonna distort the white lines. They're gonna create the shape that we're gonna stamp out of all the art that we imported into this save file, this program. Whirl and pinch. I'm just gonna keep it there. So okay. And gonna enlarge it because, well, you'll see why in a second. Layer, scale layer. I'm gonna go up actually to 110 and make it 110% of what it was. Scale. Do it one more time. Layer, scale layer. Say 120. Scale. Okay, that's what I want to work with there. And because I upscaled it, it's going to be a little fuzzy right here. So I'm going to do colors, brightness, contrast. I'm just going to turn up the contrast there. So, okay. That doesn't necessarily fix everything with upscaling, but just helps a little bit with black and white. Filters, distort. No, generic dilate. I'm going to dilate it a bunch of times. There we go. I'm going to select the layer underneath it. Here you'll see it's the layer underneath it's still a circle. Then I'm going to delete the extra parts off the top layer. So that's the shape I'm going to use. Select none. File, save. I'm going to select the white area. Now I'm going to cut out every single one of these layers here with the pattern on it. Control C, Control V, to new layer. Move it down, go to the next layer. Select white. Control C, V in the bottom layer. To new layer. Gonna keep moving all the way down the layers. Select white. Select the pattern, C, V, Control C, Control V. To new layer. Move that up. Next layer. Select the white, C, V on that layer, Control C, Control V. To new layer. Select the white layer, C, V. To new layer. Control C, V. So I just work my way down. Just keep working it down. CV. To new layer. Move it up. Move it down. CV to new layer, move that up, move it up, I'm just silent now because I'm concentrating on this. And that's the last one there. Okay. I might have gotten one a couple times. Duplicates. That's okay. So now I have all those stamped out pieces of shaped pieces. Now I'm going to save each one into a file for the video. File, save. I just saved the entire project there. I didn't save each one of these. So file, save, export, and I'm gonna make a new folder. Video 18. Gonna call this number 1, just the number 1 here. One, not 2. 1. And it has to be a PNG because that maintains the transparency. So you have to have transparency in your PNG. Next one, file, export as, we're just going to say 2, enter, export. Then the next one, file, export as 3, export. Next one, file, export as 4, export. File, export as 5, export. There was a duplicate in there, so I skipped it. Export as 6 PNG. File, export as 7 PNG, export. File, export as 8, export. I think that's the same as the other one. Okay, file, export as 9. file, export as 10. Actually, wait, cancel. I'm gonna say A as opposed to 10. Just the letter A. You can use whatever naming system you want, but I kind of go 1 through 9, and then start with letters. Export as B. Export. Export as C. And D. And E. Already have that one. And that's it. So, well, that's not it for the video, but that's it for that particular task. And I'll save it one more time. And then I'll close it. Close this window, don't need that. Open up Kdenlive, which I have installed on a Flatpak. So when I open it on my computer, I just run the command flatpak run org.kde.kdenlive, and that tells my computer to open up the program. But however you install Kdenlive, you just open it at this point. I'd get the most recent version that you can possibly get. It's my recommendation. Now I'm going to go to where we had all those 1 through 9, A through E. I'm going to select them all and dump them into the program. And I also want to add music. Just going to add this song here. And now I'm gonna delete the second audio track. I'm gonna add 12 layers. Just right click the layer, the video layer, insert track, and then say OK. And you do this 12 times. You want to make sure your computer has enough RAM to do this sort of thing. Okay. Two more layers. So it's saying switch to clip to profile 4K UHD. So I'm going to switch because I want it to be in 4K. That's why I did all these images at the specific size that we did. Okay, file, save. I'm gonna name it whatever. And now I'm gonna add each one we cut out to a different layer. Each one on its own layer. File, save. I didn't get to use all the layers, but that's okay. Let's make sure there's no duplicates. Well, it's not really responding, so I'm just gonna assume there's no duplicates, and now I want to add effects to each layer. So that, as you can see right now, it's 12 layers right on top of each other, so you're not gonna be able to see anything differently at this point. They're not spinning, they're not doing anything, there's no effects on them. So I'm going to go to effects, go to transform. All the effects is right here in this tab. Go to transform. Gonna add transform to every single layer. Except the music. Not gonna add it to music. And save frequently in case it crashes. So the longer you make these, the slower they go. And make these kind of long. And make them all different. The important part is that they're different from each other. They don't line up the same. You want a lot of variety. This is how you create the variety. I'm just creating some different lengths here. So as you can see, they're all different. File, save. I'm gonna go to the bottom layer. I'm gonna rotate it. So click this thing, make it red, drag the rotation all the way to the left, which is negative 360. Drag this thing down here all the way to the right, add a new marker or whatever, keyframe, and make sure that it's red. Now turn the rotation all the way to the right, and do that for every single one. All the way to the left, rotation to the left, all the way to the right, add keyframe, rotation to the right. You just do this 12 times. You'll hear the audio track every once in a while speak up. just like chirp a little bit or whatever you want to call it. Add a keyframe to the right, to the left. Add a keyframe to the right, to the left. Add a keyframe to the right, to the left. Add a keyframe to the right, to the left. Add a keyframe to the right, to the left. Add a keyframe. No, sorry, to the left. Drag it to the left. Go to the right. Add a keyframe to the right. To the left. Add a keyframe to the right. Add a keyframe to the right. File, save, and go back to the bottom layer and add 2 keyframes. Add 2 keyframes, one there, one there. Just gonna add open to the middle, two to the middle there. But you're not gonna do anything with them. You're just adding 2 like this to every single one. Adding 2 keyframes to every single clip. Okay, you've added 2 keyframes to the middle of every single clip here. Go back to the bottom one. Select the leftmost one. Make it 0 opacity. Select the rightmost one. Do the same thing. That just makes it temporarily invisible. Do this to all 12 clips. It is tedious, but worth it. Go ahead and save it here just in case it freezes or crashes or whatever. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so that task is done. And go down to the bottom, select it, hit the end button on your keyboard, hit Control C and Control V it all the way to the end. And do that with all 12 layers. I'm going to zoom out a little bit to make it easier. Okay, now we have to trim it up a little bit. So just delete the extra ones and bring it back to the end of the song. The audio. Just bring it back. And save it. Now the end of the track there is the end of the song. Same thing. Visual ends at the same time as the audio. And You should be able to see a little preview of your video right here. That's it. You just save it, and then you're gonna render it in 4K if you can. Ultra high definition, then 4K MP4, and this is gonna be the name and the location of the output file, and hit render to file. And that's it.